Los Angeles, California. We are the Mad Scientist Party Hour. Should we drinking a White Russian?
No, it's iced coffee.
Might not cooler if you were.
Oh, hello there, friends! Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name's Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who is completely naked from the West Down and is currently dropping onion rings around his boner. That's Jeff Clark.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And transmitting to us from somewhere over the rainbow, the bearded booger-eating bad witch known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo.
Thank you, everybody, for bearing with us. Episode's a day or two late. Took some of the long weekend to go to San Diego, see some family for a little bit. Went to the San Diego Zoo.
I also went to the zoo on Labor Day weekend.
What's the Bethlehem Zoo like?
Well, we went to the Philadelphia Zoo, which was the first zoo in the United States of America.
Yeah, what does it have, like two mice fighting over a piece of cheese?
No, it's got your standard fare: hippos, giraffes, lions, tigers, bears, penguins.
Pigeons, unicorns.
They don't have elephants anymore.
How much did it cost to get into the Philadelphia Museum?
You mean the Philadelphia Zoo? It was $24 per person.
Or a 2-ounce
Kevin?
cup of melted cheese whiz.
Kevin, how much was it to get into the San Diego Zoo?
It was $31.
Even that's reasonable. I was
Not bad.
expecting more.
It is more usually, but we had a coupon.
Oh, 24 was full price. No coupon.
Coupon. So yeah, we're here. We got stuff. We got stuff to go fucking immediately. Oh, I and I gonna bake up some fresh Jeffy cakes. Feeling Irie man, bomba clad boy and boy, I and I. Shuddy, have mercy.
I was wondering if you were going to update it. As I have my medical card, and you can't buy edibles in Pennsylvania.
Shuddy Boy is no longer a filthy drug addict.
Nope.
He's just now a legal medicine user.
Correct.
A patient.
Yes, I'm a patient. One of the Poominati cruising chemists on Instagram, he lives in PA and reached out to me and told me that the best bang for the buck that we can get in Pennsylvania is this kind of stuff. It's RSO. It's Rick Simpson oil. It's an edible, and it comes in a syringe like this.
Oh, I feel like we got some of that one time for Jeff. I remember having a syringe of like dark slime, and you could like either eat it or smoke it. And I think Jeff just shoved it down his dick hole.
Yeah, I remember chewing it up, like syringing it into my mouth and chewing it up.
Yeah, it doesn't taste very good. That's probably way more than I should be taking.
That tiny little globule, or are you going to eat
Yes.
that M&M that it's sitting on?
Well, no, it's a Skittle.
Oh. So you take a tiny little globule like that.
The size of a grain of rice.
What? That's a big-ass syringe. How many? You could probably make a teriyaki bowl with that.
This is
amount of
a
rice.
gram.
Was it expensive?
Maybe it's not a gram. It was $70, so it was pricey.
What does that translate to real American dollars as? Your 70 PA bucks.
70.
Does it recommend only doing like the little like dab that you just did? for lack of a better word?
The instructions say for the first week to take half a grain. That says, where were the directions? Where the fuck did I read directions?
I never took you as a guy that listened to directions, Shuddy Boy. You should eat the whole syringe.
No, the directions say for the first week, only do a half grain, half the size of a grain of rice.
Yeah, but that's for like old grandmas. They don't mean you.
That's why I've been doing full grain or more.
You should eat a whole pile of slime.
No, because that glob that I just took is going to send me to the moon in about 45 minutes.
Oh, boy. So...
to an hour, roughly.
It's going to take a very long time to get through Shuddy Boy's fucking news on Patreon.
Probably, because I'm not going to stop smoking just because I ate that.
I'm a loner, Daddy, a rebel. Smoking?
No, because it's not going to do anything for a while. I'm going to be impatient and smoke a bowl.
You need immediate results, and I respect that about you.
I take edibles in advance and then smoke up until the time the edibles kick in, usually.
What does it taste like?
Weed oil.
Skittles.
And a green Skittle, yeah.
I mean, it looks like it would taste like resin.
It leaves a really crappy aftertaste in your mouth for a little while.
You should have just eaten it with like 3 Skittles.
So sometimes what I have done, there have been a few occasions. I've put it on various things. The first night I tried it, I put it on a bite of chicken parm.
You should make.
I've put it on a sour cream and cheddar potato chip.
You should mix it with Kwame's Oshido. Do I don't know, an ass blaster or Rick Simpson oil drop.
But I really dig it. I'm so glad that he reached out because the THC capsules weren't covering it. Do you guys hear the fan on the laptop?
I don't hear anything.
Well, it's hard for me to tell because I have the AC going, which people allegedly cannot hear. So,
if you hear anything, the laptop fan just kicked on and it's very loud. It's not Kevin's air conditioner. My fault.
I recently cleaned this bad boy out and brought it out of retirement.
The bubbler.
My bubbler, Bubbles McCree, a.k.a. Bubbles McCree. I've had this thing since before I moved to L.A., so there's a chance I've had this for like 13, 14 years or something like that. Usually my clippers don't last this long.
I remember smoking out of that when I first met you. I can confirm that that's been in your life for longer than I have.
This is a very good piece.
I'm not a Bubbler fan, but I have nothing bad to say about Bubbles McCree.
Why are you not a Bubbler fan?
Because rappers don't use them. I'm a blunt guy.
Mean, yeah, there's something to that. I don't know. I don't really have that good of a take. They feel like a bitch to clean.
Well, after Shuddy Boy on last week's episode had that, silicone breast implant full of black sludge that was concealing a bowl he was cleaning, I tried that same method.
Dude, when we finished recording last week, I went to the sink, took the bowl out, rinsed it, and everything just flushed out of it. And I didn't have to use anything else to clean it.
Just soak in alcohol, then rinse it.
Yep.
So you said you were using 90% alcohol, right, Shuddy?
Correct.
I only had 70%.
And how did that do?
Got the job done.
Yeah, I buy the 90 specifically for cleaning marijuana, drug paraphernalia, marijuana paraphernalia. Not drug paraphernalia. All the paraphernalia I have is for marijuana.
Nice.
Yeah, not drugs.
No.
Yeah. It's not like you're freebase and you're just,
Correct.
You just.
The blowtorch is for the dab rig, not for the crack or meth pipes.
This conversation's going askew. We got to get it back into you being a patient.
Thank you. You're right.
Your medicine.
I went to I I'm still not sure what the exact protocol is in the state of Pennsylvania. I went to the head shop to see if they sold another piece for the Volcano like this. So I could have two different types of weed in them and not have to, and I could alternate.
Those things are pricey.
And I could not figure out how to describe the piece I needed. It was like, it's the piece where the stuff goes in, because I don't know if you can now use marijuana terms.
Okay, let me help you out. So it's a thingy that you open up and you put thingies in, and then you stuff it on your thingy.
Yep, pretty much.
And then you
and
thingy
I was
it.
stoned at the time, so it went like that. And then I ended up buying the wrong replacement Volcano bags.
So I had to buy a new one of those things once because it got so crudted up, it was like impossible to use. And it was like $60 for that thing.
Well, see, I bought a thing of bags, of the Easy Valve bags.
Oh, yeah.
But I bought the wrong ones because I didn't know they came in 2 sizes.
Wait, what you got one that was too big?
Yes.
Like,
these things are fucking
as in
like
it doesn't fit, or you get like a sweet bag.
Does it look like Missy Elliott's costume from that one music video?
Yeah, like does it still fit on the attachment? And you just
oh my god, he's still unrolling.
Oh my god, you gotta.
That's like a sleeping bag.
You gotta use that.
So what happened was I bought these because
you have to.
I wanted the new bags, and I didn't realize these came off, or I would have kept them. These things when I changed bags, and I had just made this larger bag with the roll of bag stuff,
No, but continue anyway.
Hold on, I have it all within arm's reach. It comes like this, and it's just a tube of the bag material, and you cut it, and you put it.
Oh, and then you clip it off.
Yeah. So I made a bag bigger than the normal bag for fun times, and that's this one. This is 6 inches longer than a normal bag, and then I open up these enormous dong, and it's even bigger than the bag that I had thought was comically large.
Yeah, you could like curl up and take a nap in that thing. That is gigantic.
So now I have 6 3-foot long Volcano bags that were $65. And then they had a kit with, the only reason the price is relevant is because they had the Easy Valve, they had the starter kit with some bags and this piece, and it was $150.
Woo!
So I was like, I don't need it that bad, and just bought the bags.
Well, you're a true marijuana champion, Shuddy boy.
Patient.
You're a true marijuana patient.
Which, in the state of Pennsylvania, marijuana is only to be used by vaporizing it for medical patients.
Well, I'm glad to see you following the rules. You don't want to get arrested. Are they paying people $10,000 to snitch on you if you smoke out of a bowl?
I don't think so. I only know that's the law because at the dispensary one day, a real ratchet person was in there, and she was like, I hope for the amount of money I'm spending on this, I get more than one blunt.
And then they karate chopped her in the face?
The dude was like, well, in the state of Pennsylvania, it's only legal to vape marijuana, but I totally get what you're saying.
She's like, oh, that's what I meant. I have a big blunt vape.
And then she's like, I better get at least 2 out of this. Like, she just didn't fucking care. Like, the kid that was helping me was covering his mouth, turning red from trying to prevent from laughing while I'm sitting there snickering.
Well, that was like that time I told you about. I went with my buddy, like a whole bunch of us went to a head shop. And I'm pretty sure this was when they were like, you couldn't really find them in Jersey, so we just drove across the border to Pennsylvania. And they're really strict when you go into head shops. Like you said, no drug terms, no slangs. You have to call them water pipes. You can't call them bongs.
And it's herbal material.
I told my
I just
buddy.
wanted to say flower, and I didn't was not sure if that was okay.
I was just talking about a dandelion. Regardless of this conversation, ignore that. But I told my buddy. I gave him the speech on the way over. I'm like, dude, they are fucking ball busters. Don't say anything about weed. No references. Nothing. Don't call it a bong. Don't call it a bowl. They're pipes. They're water pipes. Like, you have to be so clinical, and they have zero tolerance about this shit. So just keep your fucking mouth shut. So we walk into the place. Cute girl working the counter. He struts over there, leans up against the glass counter, gets one eyebrow up, and he's like, so when are they going to legalize this whole marijuana thing? And she's like, out! And he was like, what? But And she's like, nope, out. Get the fuck out. And he's like looking at us like, and I'm like, you fucking idiot, you didn't even make it 10 seconds. How did you do that? So, of course, his stupid ass goes outside, and we just took our fucking damn time. You know, he was like the Jeff Clark of the group. We were just like, all right, you made your bed, you lie in it. We're going to do our shopping, and then look over at the door that had a really high window, and he was just like jumping up and trying to peek in. So every so often you look over and you just see his head pop up real quick into the window.
I'm surprised they let you all stay. The one time that happened to me, the girl I was dating was looking in a glass case, literally right under where she was pointing, or right above, was the sign that says, do not use any drug terms or you will have to leave the store, like taped to the glass case. Like my keyboard is the sign, and my finger is where her finger was when she looked at it and said, that looks like a crack pipe. I'm holding a bong to purchase, and the dude just takes it out of my hand, and I go, I know. He's like, yeah, you guys have to leave.
Did this happen to be a girlfriend that sounded like Peter Griffin?
No.
Did she ever smoke crack?
Not at that time, but I cannot say
can't vouch for
what
her.
has become of her, as we have lost contact, and it has been many years.
Did you break up with her for that?
No.
Why?
That wasn't the deal breaker.
We just went to a different head shop, and I told her to keep her mouth shut.
Like,
should have left her in the car.
Yeah, you wait in your car. I'll crack a window.
Don't
Get it? Crack a window.
Nice.
Man. Was this anybody that is known to MSPH? This wasn't like half a foot or schmoopy?
No. This was pre-MSPH.
Wow.
Back in your real wild and crazy days.
Mm-hmm.
All right, just off the record, can I smoke crack out of this pipe? All right, well, we'll check in with you in a little bit, Shuddy.
Yeah, I'll stop smoking so we have a...
See how that globule is treating you. As Jeff harasses little mama.
Molests her.
I gotta say,
Mama's my shit.
She's a massive Lil Mama fan.
Yeah,
I get
Little Mama's
many texts throughout the week asking about Lil Mama.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, give her my number when they can FaceTime.
Yeah,
she has FaceTime Little Mama.
Cut the middleman out. She has a lot of questions for Lil Mama.
Well, yeah, I'll just prop up the camera on my.
Is she asking things like, does Little Mama wear clothes?
Does Little Mama need saving?
Little Mama, all she has is a Yankee jersey for clothes. She hates wearing like clothes. She doesn't like. I bought her a harness leash instead of like a collar leash.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that is, Shuddy, but
yes.
Kevin, you just made a face. You don't know what a harness.
No, I know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes around the midsection, goes around like the shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And it has like a bungee component to it. The leash and the harness cost like $70, and I was pumped to buy it for her. She fucking refuses to walk in it. Absolutely refuses. So I went back to the regular collar leash and pretty much just wasted my money on this stupid fucking harness leash that she really needs because she walks me. I don't walk her, is the way I like to put it. I mean, she just will stop walking or go her random ways and she'll choke herself or possibly choke herself, and it would be much, much better for everyone involved if she wore the harness leash, but she refuses to. Yeah. I am so fucking angry about a beat that I just took. It's just some old school Mad Scientist Party Hour, MSPH. It's not even Monday. Sports betting fuckery. Oh, man, it was so annoying. Is
that what you were gasping at during the intro?
Perhaps. Yeah, I muted my mic once and then let out a gasp and threw my fucking cord against the ground. But man, I'm a little rattled. That my fucking identification, my ID expired as I was going to buy weed, and I didn't think they were going to let me in, but they let me pass. But I have to fly tomorrow.
Careless.
So I'm tripping. What do you mean careless? Don't be a dick. My birthday was Friday. That's when it expired. Monday was Labor Day. And I don't know.
Hey, Jeff.
I haven't needed my ID. What's up, brother?
You can renew your ID before it expires.
I actually never knew that. I didn't know when my ID expired, to be honest.
That is fair. That is a much better argument than my birthday was Friday. Which, happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. I thought you had to go to the DMV to get a real ID.
You probably do, but you could have done that before.
And what I'm saying, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just fucking rattled right now.
But you have a passport, right?
Yeah. And I should be good to go.
Your passport trumps everything.
Fair enough. That's what I asked you.
Do you guys take library cards?
But I was nervous. I didn't know. Now I'm at ease a little bit, but I'm still kind of.
Is your passport expired?
No, my passport's good. I'm good until 2025 with that. I made sure. Sorry. I was just.
Well, you're going to Vegas, right?
I had to tell you guys. Yeah, I fly to Vegas tomorrow to enter this NFL betting contest. I might enter two, actually, even though my dick just got kicked by the Colorado Rockies. Going with my brothers and Rich. We're gonna, I don't know, hit up dinner, watch the football game. I'll enter these contests, maybe play some blackjack, do some gambling, then fly right back here tomorrow morning. So it's a quick turnaround, or Friday morning, excuse me. So, I'm gonna be recording Master or Crafter Jeff from my hotel room in Vegas.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I can't, but I'm looking forward to it. It's a yearly tradition. I always go for NFL kickoff, and then I always go for NFL kickoff and enter this contest. I was actually going to ask you guys if we could possibly reschedule MSPH for either Tuesday or Wednesday next week, because I was thinking about flying back to Vegas for the opener of the Las Vegas Raiders and the Baltimore Ravens.
So you're going to fly to and from Vegas twice in 1 week?
Yeah.
Why don't you just stay?
Because I have no one to stay with out there. Like no one. Like my brothers have to go back Friday.
I've heard they have a few hotels in Vegas.
Yeah, I don't really want to stay in Vegas through the weekend, but maybe I will. I don't know.
You pussy.
The thing is, I don't know for sure if I'm getting the tickets to the game, and I'm not going to know until this weekend. So I don't want to stay there for no reason. That's the other thought. Cheese and ham sandwich. 2 Vegas trips. That's my birthday present that my brothers always buy for me. The plane tickets and the hotel room. It's partially why my birthday was lame on Friday itself. Not lame, but all I did was go out for Chicago deep dish pizza on 2nd Street, hit up the bakery, went out for happy hour before all this, and I took a scooter home as like a little treat to myself.
And then this weekend, I'm going to stay at the Fellatio.
Dude, the scooters are so much fun. It was like the perfect birthday gift.
Wait, was that your first time riding one of those? Was it a lift scooter?
No.
Or bird?
No, what is the one? I don't know. I think I wrote
Lime?
He did it when his mom was out.
Yeah, I did it when my mom was out, and I've done it on one other time before that. But
I want to take one of those things off a ramp. I want to catch air on one of them.
I mean, you certainly can. I think they get up to like 20 miles per hour.
Yeah, those things cruise.
Yeah, dude. It's
Man,
so
I've
much
seen
fun.
so many tourists eat shit in those things. It's fucking awesome.
What happens if you would damage one of them?
I would guess it depends on how much damage you do. Because, like, when you wrap up your session with it, part of deactivating your trip is taking a picture of it and sending it back to the company. So, I mean, if it still functions, I don't think anybody's going to really bust your balls about it. But if it gets completely mangled, you'd have to take a really bad wipeout.
Well, I'm talking like if we're catching air on them.
Oh. I really think one of those scooters would be fine. I think it would be
me
that would be broken.
Break from doing that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think they're tough. I think they would survive. I think it's me that would break. If anything.
I think you'd be all right, buddy.
Well, thanks, Jeff.
Luckily, you have Rent to put you back together.
Yeah, I don't know if she's going to want to play that game. I'm fucking nearly 40. And she's going to have to be bandaging my scooter injuries.
Yeah, when do you think you're gonna retire from the stunts?
I
mean, when's the last gnarly stunt you've even done? It's not that often that you're hurting yourself, I don't think.
I mean, it wasn't even terribly gnarly, but on the Ella show a week or two ago, I got hit with the salt gun that was super, super powerful. And that did a lot more damage than it usually does.
Well, what's a salt gun?
It's like they have these things there. It looks like a super soaker or a Nerf gun, but it shoots salt like a shotgun, and you use it to kill flies and stuff. Like if you're outside and flies are swarming your shit, it's like a fun way to get rid of them. You just shoot them, and if you shoot yourself in the skin, it fucking hurts real bad because it breaks the skin, and then the wound gets immediately salted. And they sent Jason a new one that was like, hey, this one's super powerful. Don't shoot your buddy in the nuts with this one. So, of course, I got shot in the penis. And my happy trail and my man tits. And it was so bad there was like blood dripping from it. Usually it's just like little specks of broken skin. This had like blood dripping.
Right. So when do you stop doing that stuff, though?
I don't know.
45?
When it stops making money.
Yeah, when it stops being funny. If it's sad when I'm 50 years old still shooting myself in the nutsack with a bug salt shooter.
That doesn't sound sad at all. That sounds awesome, actually.
No, I'm going to keep doing it.
All right. I hope to know you and be homies with you when we're 50. Oh,
Can
when
we,
you're 50, which is
just,
2 years ago? Or 2 years from now? How old are you again?
39, you fart face.
Oh, that's right.
The way you have your setup set today, Jeff, it's very good.
Thank you. I appreciate. I need a compliment. I'm
like the photos on the
right
pictures
now.
on the wall on the on the one side, and the bent lamp taking up the wall on the other side make it look less like the rest of the room.
Could this be the best Zoom set I've ever had?
So far, yes. To date.
I know it's a low bar, but I appreciate that. Thank you,
but it's acceptable. It does not look like you're, in a serial killer's compound.
We're really bonding right now, and I appreciate that. Kevin never says anything nice to me, and I'm pumped. Thank you.
I've known Kevin for 20 plus years, and he almost never says anything nice to me either.
Right.
I think you two are a couple of pussies.
See?
Yeah.
See?
Just to
Case in
further
point.
prove our point. What a fucking scumbag.
How fucking dare you? Hey, I saw somebody comment. I think it might have been in our YouTube video of the episode for last week, asking
About me looking like a serial killer?
you look like a serial killer?
That's what it says.
Wasn't that one?
Oh,
Was it that one?
no. I didn't know somebody called you a serial killer.
Wow.
I only know that because I was just looking at it.
Oh. Well, somebody said that they want to know if we still play video games or if there's any video game recommendations or if we're still just a bunch of pussies that only play Fortnite.
It does not say pussies in it at all.
I was summarizing, Shuddy. I'm not reading it. I don't have it in front of me.
Summarizing is not adding words.
See, this is why I don't say anything nice about Shuddy. Because he's like, well, actually. Like, I wasn't doing a word-for-word quote, you fart knocker.
I think your logic and reasoning just becomes more and more retarded by the year.
I'm just saying, maybe Andrew doesn't think we're pussies. He just asked if we were still stuck on Fortnite, which I have not played in months and months and months.
The only video game that I played Madden last night. That was nice. I keep getting my fucking teeth kicked in Madden though because the Giants are terrible.
Wasn't there something in this comment about like the new Madden sucks, or do you?
Yeah, how do Jeff and Shuddy feel about the abysmal state of Madden?
I try not to, I don't want to say try, but I tend not to read the comments a lot. So I don't even know. I haven't read this comment or know where you're. Is this on Instagram?
No, YouTube.
Okay. Madden's cool. I mean, it's how it always is for me. All I do is play online. I don't have the time or energy or willpower or want really to play a franchise mode or
see. All I play is franchise mode.
That's cool. I wish that I enjoyed the game like that.
Well, I have a question for you guys.
Overly complicated.
What's the biggest draw of Madden to like Madden fans? Is it franchise mode? Is it like playing against your homies in the same room on the couch, or playing like random online matches?
So, for a lot of years, Madden put a lot of focus on the online element of the game and kind of left single player and in-room multiplayer kind of alone and didn't touch it. And then a lot of people wanted the franchise mode improved, and they attempted to do that with this one and made it complicated as fuck.
But it's complicated to actually put together teams and stuff?
Well, you just have to do more, and they put in a new a new fatigue thing on the players that's very convoluted. And so in franchise, I've had games where after 2 plays, my starters have gone out because they're too tired and have never come back in the game.
Well, I don't even know what all that means, but it sounds stupid.
Because they get tired because of practice, and if you're so it's a lot of, you have to do a lot of tinkering throughout your franchise season. And injuries seem to happen at an alarming rate.
So obviously there's a new Madden every year. Do you think when they have like a almost finished product, because I imagine they don't have to tweak much, especially if it's not jumping from like the PS4 to the PS5. If you're making like your third Madden game for the PS5, you're probably not. You don't have to, start from the ground up and reprogram an entire new game. Do you think they ever bring in Madden super fans as like a focus group and be like, "Do you like all of this stuff?"
Yeah, I would assume. I would assume so. Yeah.
Then how do you think this shit goes through? Because I've been hearing people bitch about Madden for a while.
I don't think they do. That's exactly why I don't think they do. They also know that people are going to buy it every year. There have been several iterations of Madden throughout the years that the changes have not been good at all, that they've thrown in, and then the very next one, they've taken that out of the game completely. the mulligan being the thing that comes to mind, and QB vision.
Oh yeah, QB vision. I used to kind of like that.
I enjoyed that too.
See, my thought on this is that, like, just like people are gonna buy it anyways, people are gonna bitch about it anyways. Like, that just kind of comes to the territory. I think, like, the very little that I've used the game, the actual gameplay of the shit on the playing, football is the same.
Yeah.
I mean, it slightly improves every year, the player movements and the artificial intelligence and all that stuff. But for me, I guess I don't notice the franchise mode that you're speaking about or all the other features that people might bitch about because I don't play them. Maybe they don't meet the expectations that people have set, but like the game still plays fine for me.
I'm not bitching. I'm not complaining. Once I figured out what was going on, I mean, I had to, Google why my starters were going out and not coming back in to find an answer for it because it's not clear in the game. But I'm almost through my first season already in franchise mode. I still play it when I have time. I still enjoy it. The mechanics of the game itself, when you play it, are the same as they've almost always been. So it's the ancillary stuff that's a little bit annoying, but it doesn't cut down the enjoyment for me on it. And I like the momentum things that they've added in game.
Oh yeah, no, I've noticed that too.
I like
even
those
online mode.
I like those a lot. I think that's a cool little.
So did you play with Jalen Hurts in Philly?
Yeah.
Okay. So does Jalen Hurts get rattled a lot? Because Daniel Jones is rattled almost the entire game. He's fucking so whack, dude. It's a trip.
I have noticed that it is very easy to get to him. In the two times that I've played the Giants in my franchise, it's like, get 2 interceptions. All right. All I need to do is just get in there with some pressure, and he's.
So in this year's Madden, Kevin, your quarterback, if your quarterback's getting hit or he's down a lot of runs and it's not playing well, the camera will like start to shake and it'll like almost like change its angle a little bit, and your controller will vibrate. So it'll be like a little more difficult to like play the game because your quarterback is like, they're like simulating him being
CTE?
rattled or scared or a pussy.
Huh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of almost like a Super Smash Brothers analogy. I don't think there's any analogy that's really going to matter. Like,
no, I pretty much got.
Like when you're drunk in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. So, I don't know. Overall, Madden's as good or as lame as it's always been.
Par for the course.
Yep. Correct. Exactly.
Do you have any video game stuff to weigh in on?
Yeah, I actually, this one almost snuck by me. I mean, I'm sure people that are, into video games pay closer attention. It's so weird. I don't pay close attention to music news, video game news, or, what's the other thing I like? Oh yeah, comic book news. For some reason, I just, I just trust that something will eventually land on my radar. But I almost missed Psychonauts 2, which the first one was a big cult classic. It came out on like the PS2 generation. Let me see, what year did it come out? 2005 was the first one, and it was awesome. I loved it. It's like you're these kids that have psychic powers, and you're at a sleepaway camp for kids with powers, and then a bad guy shows up and chaos ensues or whatever. And they've been working on this new one for forever, and it got delayed a whole bunch, and it finally came out. And I almost missed it because they're not releasing a physical copy of it. You can't like go to Best Buy or GameStop or order it off of Amazon. There's no physical editions. It's digital only. The company that puts it out, Double Fine, got bought by Microsoft, so they made it, current for the Xbox X, One X, Series X, One X, Series Xbox X. They made it for that.
One of those is correct. I'm not sure which.
But they made it for PlayStation 4. which obviously you can play on your PS5, but it's a PS4 game. But I don't know. It looks great to me. It's got everything that I loved about the first Psychonauts, and if you've never even played the first one, I'm pretty sure you're not going to be lost or anything. They give you a recap. It's not like watching a TV show where you're going to be lost without playing the first game. It fucking kicks ass. And the levels are really cool. It's a cool platforming game. Like, they have one where... So you go into people's heads on certain missions and fix whatever is bad going on in there, and then it's basically like a level. It's kind of like in Super Mario 64 when you would jump through one of those paintings and go into a world. It's a little bit like that. There's one board where you go into this like 60s, 70s hippie band level, and everything is tripped the fuck out. It's so crazy. And then there's the one that I just beat recently. You're on like a game show. It's set up a little Price is Righty, but there's a cooking element to it, and you're plucking these sentient ingredients out of the stands and completing these like cooking things with it while bad guys are attacking you. It's really inventive. It's unique. Good platforming, good action adventure, lots of collectibles, lots of cool power-ups and shit. It's really funny. It's got a good story. The guy who voices the main character is the guy that voices Invader Zim in the Invader Zim series. So anytime he screams, you can really hear Invader Zim in his voice. And if you're a Patreon subscriber, if you're on the Poominati Elite Extreme, I did do a Kevin's Nerd Hole playing through one of the first episodes.
This month's free game for PS5, if you have PS Plus, is Overcooked All You Can Eat.
Oh, man.
That means nothing to me.
Overcooked is a good game to play with your family if you want to get in a fight with them.
I fight with my family all the time. Perfect.
Oh, you should get it.
Overcooked, it's called?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was the one. So I think the premise is, correct me if I'm wrong, Shuddy, but it's a multiplayer game. So the more people you play with, I think the easier it is, because there's different stations, and you have to like cook a patty.
Yeah, you're going correctly. I'll let you continue.
No, you can because I'm starting to lose my train of thought. So I think you'll be able to.
Basically, you're cooking a meal, but there's stations, and each station can only do certain things. So you have to coordinate. Like, one person has to cook and then wash the dishes while the other person plates it, and it's timed, and there are other things happening. So it's a little frantic.
Yeah, and when it gets frantic, and you're like, the only way to get through it is to treat it like a real kitchen. It's like MasterChef-y, where you have to be communicating with the people in the room with you, like, fuck, we're backing up over there. Okay, I'm going to go over there and wash some dishes. You guys stay over here. You're still the sous chef. Like, and if one person fucks up, it derails the entire thing, and everybody always gets pissed off at that person. And it's really fun, but it's at its best when you're playing with 4 people. I'm pretty sure it's impossible to play with 1. It's incredibly difficult to play with 2. But it's very fun to play with 4. But that's the thing. I don't even know
I'm with it.
If people do that anymore. Do people even like go over each other's houses and play video games?
So to answer your question about the whole Madden thing, its appeal to me was, I guess, always playing with friends. Because now that I really have no one, my brothers don't play Madden at all, and I don't really like the online thing. Doesn't really doesn't bring the same feel or the same fun to me as like sitting on the couch with a homie. So I don't know. Yeah, I like playing online with friends is not nearly as enticing to me or as fun as playing in the same room. So that I mean, you have to be in the same room with someone to play Overcooked, right?
I think you can do it online. Let's
Man,
see.
it's a shame.
You're saying if it makes you fight your family, then it's not an online game, right?
Supports up to 4 online players.
Oh, no shit.
See, I played it on the Switch, so we played it. I think I played it when I was in Florida with my family years ago, and we were just all had our own controllers on the Switch. But like, man, it's crazy
something that
how
if we all had it, we could play it together.
Yeah. I feel like people in our age group who played video games look back and have very, very fond memories of going over your friend's house and playing GoldenEye for hours and hours and hours.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tough. It's a shame that's like such a golden moment, a golden feeling of video games has almost been completely phased out. Like nobody just sits on the couch with their homies and plays like a fighting game or a shooting game, it seems. And I think a lot of games have been doing away with that. Like there is no local co-op. You have to just play online.
So yeah, that's what I'm confused about a little bit, is how much of it is like forced or part of like the technology now, where they don't even allow you to sit on the same, or whatever. Like it's not like you plug in two controllers. It's not the same shit anymore. So I wonder how much of it like that, or how much is just like society's change, if that makes sense. Like, I mean, how often, like in our case, we're just too old to be like going to friends' houses and sitting on the couch. But like, I wonder, like, do teenagers nowadays, do they do that? I mean, not really because of COVID, but I'm saying like before COVID.
No, I don't think they did.
Well, I mean, you were raising them. Did your kids just play online with their friends?
Yep.
And was that
such
like
a bummer.
because they didn't want to ask you? They didn't want to go over there? You didn't want to take them? Would you just be like, well,
I don't think
online?
it was any of that. I think it's just the way that their generation does it.
Yeah.
Because then you can have 4 or 5 of them hanging out playing video games, where back in the day, if we had that many people over to play video games, you were taking turns with the controller.
That's true. Kevin, the way I think Kevin wants to do it is like, hey, well, you need to go outside and play play video games with your friends inside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You need to leave the house and go to somebody else's.
Yeah, like
or
when I was
like,
when I was a kid, my mom and my grandparents shooed me out of the house to like go play outside and get some sun. And
Right.
I'm going to be shooing my kids out of the house, like go over somebody else's house and play video games in person. You kids today have no fucking respect.
But because you brought up the topic, is there a chance that you would be like the cool house that would allow your kids' friends to come over and play video games, since that's something that like you liked as a kid?
Well, is it
it's
parents aren't
relatively
allowing
harmless.
it, or is it kids just aren't into it?
I think it's
That's-
just kids aren't into it.
Man, but what you're saying is like you could school your kids on the good old days back when you used to sit on the couch with your friends and play video games.
Dust off an N64 and plug it into the TV and be like, I'm going to be Odd Job and I'm going to whoop your fucking ass.
Back in my day, my parents had to drive me to my friend's house to play video games with them. I didn't get to just sit there and connect to the Wi-Fi.
And if my friend pissed me off, I could punch him in the arm.
Dude, Kevin, come over and play some Madden with me. Let's play some video games.
Nah. I think I'm gonna pass.
Video games were a small component of of game night when you hosted that pre-COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, there was always like Super Smash Brothers set up and stuff. Shuddy boy,
Yeah.
are you insanely high?
It's rolling. It's increasing by the minute.
You look like a stoned weed wizard or something. Help.
Yeah, and I
I'm
feel like you
trying
had a little
so
bit
hard to open
different
my
lighting.
eyes. Well, because the
Yeah.
light above is doing too much shadow, so I turned on my desk light. Because I don't want to. I'm glad I don't have the fucking umbrella light set up right now. Kevin, when did you add the orange string lights to your decor?
It's my Halloween shit.
I understand that's why they're there.
Is September when you flip into Halloween mode?
Yeah. I can't even get the
September
this
is
around the
when
corner.
Kevin's spooky season starts.
Nope.
Spooky season.
It's not a real thing. That's not a thing. Nope.
Oh man,
Incorrect.
It is such a thing. It has just happened. It happened last year, and I see it already on social media.
Nope. That's
And
just
I gotta be-
that's just some bullshit that Perd Hapley made up. That's not real.
I actually don't hate it,
I enjoy calling it spooky season.
I think it's stupid. It's very bad. Nobody should do it.
but you have to. I feel like you have to call it something because it's a thing to you.
Yeah, it's Halloween.
Halloween isn't until October 31st.
I
so
know.
saying that it's Halloween now is
It's
not
Halloween
the right-
time.
So, okay,
Like Christmas
fair
is
enough.
one
That's
day, and
fair
then it's
enough.
Christmas time.
I was gonna ask you, like, does Halloween season sound better to you than spooky season?
Oh yeah, big time.
Okay. See, I think I'm cool enough with spooky season to just leave it as it is.
I got my
chicks.
my Halloween themed Yankee candles on the way.
Ask Rent if she prefers spooky season or Halloween time.
What right now?
I mean, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and text her because
if we can get this real time, that would be great.
I mean, I guess you guys it's a new relationship.
But you need to read us the text message you're sending because you can't send it in a skewed way. Like, how lame is calling it spooky season?
Yeah, where you're paraphrasing it.
Should I say which is lamer, calling it spooky season or Halloween time?
Just say, how do you feel about calling it spooky season?
Or Halloween time. Like this part.
How about this? How do you feel about people calling this time
or Halloween time?
How do you feel about people calling this time of year spooky season?
Perfect.
Or Halloween time.
No,
give her the
we
option.
don't need to.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, let's go to the original point. Let's litigate the original issue.
Yeah, we're not. Halloween time is not on trial here.
I hope she responds in the most basic bitch way and just says, "Actually, it's pumpkin spice season." That would be awesome.
Well, I know for a fact that's not going to be the
single
case.
by the end of this podcast.
I know for 100% that's not the case. Because I am the basic bitch that likes pumpkin spice lattes. They're fucking good. They're really good. I don't buy pumpkin spice shampoo or body wash or other.
What scents are your candles?
One of them is Mystic Moon. And I had like a little bit left over from last year's. So I've been burning that one, which smells really good. That's one of my favorite Yankee candles. And then so I ordered a big jar of that and one called Witch's Brew.
All right, so no pumpkin spice candles.
No, but I would get a jack-o'-lantern candle because that smells super Halloween.
Pumpkin spice elements to it.
But I don't want pumpkin spice Rice Krispie treats. I don't want pumpkin spice cereal. I don't want pumpkin spice bread. The lattes are really fucking good. And when we were about to head down to San Diego, I was like, well, let's stop at Starbucks. And I was like, I'm getting a pumpkin spice latte. And you can make fun of me all you want. She's like, you know what? I can't remember the last time I had one. Order me one too. So that was her first pumpkin spice latte in a long-ass time.
But maybe it reignited her love for it.
Oh, my God.
Maybe.
Yes.
Wait, hold on.
Wait.
Or maybe she's thinking the whole time, this F word and this bullshit.
Well, just wait. Let's see what she just.
Spice.
He looks like he got an answer that he doesn't like. Ha ha! I feel the only.
Hold on.
I can't. Just read it.
Yeah,
I can't,
just read it.
It says, I feel like only basic bitches say that.
Ooh, nice. You got to keep her, Kevin.
Oh, I know.
Oh man. All right. Well. That was a happy ending to that little situation. I mean, I'm a spooky season fan, but I guess I'm a basic bitch.
Yep,
that's fine. I don't mind Ram firing a ricochet or hitting you with a ricochet bullet. She didn't mean any harm by it. Pumpkin spice is Starbucks like the only place that does pumpkin spice?
No,
they were the first, I think.
Dunkin' Donuts has been doing pumpkin spice since mid-August.
Of course. I guess what I meant to say actually is Starbucks pumpkin spice the only one that you get, Kevin?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I could see that being good. I do think the pumpkin spice shit is overdone, but I think we're all in agreement here. You're just saying the latte is bomb.
They are.
I gotcha.
I understand why that kick-started a whole thing. I just don't understand the thing.
Yeah, you just admit that it's a guilty pleasure. You don't understand one thing.
I don't understand
how it went from just pumpkin spice lattes to pumpkin spice everything for the fall.
Well, I think between Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks and this being like their big item, I think that's like enough of like a culture shifter in and of itself to like help carry the pumpkin spice momentum. and just a lot of people are gonna like ride that coattails. It's almost like how the NFL is a copycat league. If one set of coaches or like if one coach does something successfully, every fucking coach will try to mimic it. If
like the Wildcat.
Yeah, like when Starbucks came out with pumpkin spice and that shit just went off, every company, every coffee company saw it, and then other companies like just were like, you know what? Why can't we do Rice Krispie treat pumpkin spice? Why don't Yankee Candle? Like, fuck yeah, we can do a pumpkin spice candle. We've been waiting to do this. So
well, I did a little. I did a little research, aka one Google search.
Huge,
and
it's more than I usually do.
It says that Starbucks started selling pumpkin spice lattes in 2003. So 18 years ago it started. And also, real pumpkin was added to the Starbucks recipe in 2015. So they started it, others quickly hopped on the trend.
2003, I feel like it didn't get big until like maybe 2000 and I'll say 13. Like it took a whole 10 years.
Yeah, which is why quicker? Probably around 2000, why in 2015, Starbucks changed their pumpkin spice to be different than everybody else's and include real pumpkin.
Yep. Everyone else jumped on. Man, we've really covered all the bases this podcast, huh?
We have. Well, I actually wanted to throw something out. This plays into well with something I wrote down in my notes. I kind of wanted to get some, since I do get caught up in the Halloween season. I really enjoy it, and I start watching horror movies sometimes in late August.
Have you started yet?
Yeah. I mean, I'm watching a bunch of different types of movies, but I've started incorporating horror movies. And I like to bang out horror movies that I've never seen before. Like I watched Pumpkinhead for the first time, which was surprisingly good. And Maniac Cop, which I also kind of liked. But I'm kind of curious if anybody in the Poominati has any horror movie deep cuts, and not like fucking a Serbian film, like horror movies that you love and you watch every year, but perhaps other people don't know about, and maybe we can go through them and find a couple to check out and watch for the first time and maybe review on the show.
I'm down. A little spooky season bit.
Oh, it's like Spooky Season Book Club.
Exactly. That's what we'll call it. Spooky Season Movie Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, let's lean into the basic bitch. Rammer's gonna be so mad if she finds out we're calling it this.
I really hope she doesn't find out about that segment. Or I'm toast. I'm
gonna invite her once her and Allie FaceTime. I'm gonna invite her to Spooky Season Movie Club.
So yeah, shoot your emails. Shoot your emails to madscientistpartyhour@gmail.com.
Yeah, I'm in on this. Let's do it.
I just ordered this incredibly cheesy 80s horror movie that I really like on Blu-ray today. I'm going to go out on a limb and say you guys have never seen a movie called The Stuff?
No. Well, I'm not going to say for sure, but it doesn't ring a bell. That's for sure.
1985.
Yeah, it's like this guy in, I think it was like, it's been a minute since I've seen it, but this old guy is walking the grounds in like this Arctic or really frozen area. It's real snowy. He's outside the perimeter of like a factory or some shit and stumbles upon this crack in the ground that has this white, oozing, bubbling substance coming out of it. And the fucking guy, like, he pulls a Shuddy. He looks down. He's like, "Oh, what's this stuff?" And he just scoops it up with two of his fingers and licks it. He's like, "Oh, that's tasty." And he just starts, like, shoveling it in his mouth. He's like, "Oh, that's good stuff." And then it becomes marketed as a product that they sell, like, worldwide.
I mean, it's got Danny Aiello in it.
Ooh, he's pretty good.
Yeah. There's somebody else.
Paul Sorvino.
Yeah, there we go. Paul Sorvino, yeah.
Like
they're the two big names.
One of the good fellas. He's what's his face? Oh man,
Uncle Paulie, right?
Uncle Paulie. Thank you. God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm all high and scatterbrained. If I couldn't remember that, or this podcast couldn't remember that, I would have been very disappointed.
Yeah, so that's arriving to me next week on Blu-ray, and I'm very excited
When's
to
the
watch
last
that
time
again.
you seen this movie?
I don't know, maybe 3 years ago or so.
You're like Netflix. It's you're getting it through Netflix, or did you
No,
buy
he
it?
ordered a copy.
Oh, you purchased one.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Shuddy. Speaking of movies, did you happen to see any new movies this weekend?
No.
You didn't go see Shang-Chi?
No.
Oh
Wow, skipping on a Marvel movie.
Just didn't have time to go this weekend. And it's not one that I was really pumped for. I will see it eventually.
Hashtag stop Asian hate.
Yep.
Hey,
It has
Kevin,
nothing to do
Shuddy's
with
a
that.
racist.
Kevin, did you see it?
I did.
I actually saw the trailer during Candyman. I thought it was pretty sick. I was interested, kind of. And Paul said it was really good.
Oh yeah, it was
just Paul.
It was fucking awesome.
No shit.
Rhett and I went and saw it at an iPick where they give you like a big giant leather recliner and there's table service and they bring you food and stuff and you get a nice big comfy blanket and it was so sick. I loved it. I'm not that familiar with the Shang-Chi character. Like I've never read any Shang-Chi comics. I've also never read any Captain America comics, to be fair, but I don't know. I was pumped for it just because I don't know. I feel like Marvel's got such a good track record with me that anytime a movie's coming out, like Black Widow, I wasn't necessarily like fuck yeah, fucking Black Widow. But when I sat down and watched it, I was like, that was cool. Good action, good story. I enjoyed myself. Definitely like Shang-Chi better than Black Widow. I knew I was going to be into it when like the trailer came out and there's tons of martial arts in it and stuff. But man, there is a ton of fucking action in it. And the fight scenes are done so well. Like they are, that guy, Simu Liu, I don't know if that's how you correctly say his name, but that fucking guy is so fast. Like there's the big thing they show in the trailer is the bus fight scene, which happens pretty early on in the movie. And he's doing shit that's like Jackie Chan throwbacks. Like he's taking his jacket off and tying people's arms up with it and grabbing the handrails on the bus and swinging around the bars and flipping around in them and landing in the driver's seat. And it's like all done so quick. It was like a really, really good kung fu movie. And then as it goes on, it introduces more, supernatural elements to it and, it gets more Marvel-y. But man, it was... Everything about it kicked ass. I fucking loved it. And Rant, who's not, particularly a huge comic book movie, Marvel movie fan, she really enjoyed it too.
Nice, dude.
I don't know. It's one of those things where I was like, all right, cool. Like the Marvel universe still apparently has a ton of gas in the tank. Obviously, there's going to be, they do one of those things at the end. Shang-Chi will return. So I'm sure...
Does it say what movie he returns in, or does it just say Shang-Chi will return?
I think it actually says the 10 Rings will return. Because I know how you like things being precise.
No, I was just asking if it said where he would pop in next. That's all.
No, it was kind of like, remember at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 1 when it just said like the Guardians of the Galaxy will return?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, yeah, he'll probably get a sequel. He'll be in like, an Avengers or have a cameo in another movie. But the way it was done was so sick, and they show, it's not really much of a spoiler. Sometimes we used to go in depth in the Easter egg with Marvel movie spoilers, but there's not necessarily a ton to spoil. But man, the fucking dragon that they show a quick clip of in the trailer, you get way more than just a quick glance. It is fucking dope, and that dude kicks ass. The guy that plays Shang-Chi. Dude's like a natural action star. So I hope he's in it. I hope they make a fuckload of these movies. I hope they put him in tons more Marvel movies. I got more than I knew I was going to like it, and I ended up liking it even more.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
How was Aquafina in it?
She's cute. I like Aquafina.
Yeah.
She's not like, the babe of the century. Not like I am either, but yeah, I think Aquafina's cute. And she's funny. She's super funny in the movie. Like, the dialogue was well written. It was funny.
Does she play like the love interest?
Almost like
There's
it's kind
no
of hard to
romance
tell
there?
what they were going for. I think there's like a romance thing going, but it seems to be like friend zone territory.
Right, so I can move in on Aquafina.
Yeah, I
She's
think
still
you'll be
gettable?
okay. He might whip your ass. I don't know. I'd back off her. Just to be
What
safe.
if I promise to treat her well?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
Hey, what are those things? You know those statues they sometimes have outside of Chinese restaurants where it's like a big lion, but it almost looks a little dragony?
Foo dogs.
Is that what they're called? Foo dogs? How'd you know that, Shuddy?
That was an impressive trivia now.
Because when Sharon and I worked at the garden center, she sold garden foo dogs statues.
Oh.
So
So,
Sharon schooled me on them.
dude,
They're
they have
Chinese guardian lions.
they have those in the movie, but they're like alive. I mean, obviously they're CG, but they look super real. They like when we got out of the movie, I asked Rent, I'm like, "What's the story with those like furry dragon dogs?" And she was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, I don't know, those things that you sometimes see statues of outside of restaurants. She's like, "Oh, you mean like the lion things?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, I guess they are kind of liony." To me, they look like furry dragon dogs. But man, they were so fucking cool in that movie.
That's as good of a description of them as any furry dragon dogs.
Jeff,
Like,
being that you are the dragon, is it enticing at all to know that there's like super cool dragon shit in this movie?
I mean, I'm not into dragon lore or culture that much, I guess, but I mean, it doesn't hurt, I suppose. I don't know. I was interested based on the trailer. Maybe I'll get out there.
It's sick,
I
and it
haven't-
barely shows anything.
Yeah. Well, all right. I mean,
Well, that's good because I was
Looked good.
concerned that it had shown too much, that it showed most of the good stuff.
No, they show most of that stuff. There is some stuff that you catch glimpses of from the end, but most of it is from like the beginning of the movie. Yeah, good shit. I'll suck 4.5 Shang-Chi dicks.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
that's impressive.
And I asked Rent and to give a degree of separation between our dick-sucking rating scale, I always ask her from 1 to 10, and she gave it an 8.5.
So 4.25 dicks.
Yes. If we're reading on the back of the Trapper Keeper for the conversion chart, yeah.
All right. Well, Ryan's contributed a lot to this episode.
Yeah, I know. She's gonna start asking for a cut
I
of the
watched a
Patreon.
few things.
What'd you
So
watch?
send her the Zoom link.
The Val Kilmer documentary, Val.
Ooh, that's on Prime, right?
Yes.
What'd you think? I heard it was kind of sad.
I have mixed feelings about it. It was well done. He did tell a lot of story, but other than I shouldn't say other than because I don't want to minimize it.
Don't do that.
His cancer was the only. It was other than the cancer. It was a Val Kilmer fluff piece. If that makes sense.
I mean, I kind
Like,
of expected that.
Since he was so involved with it, there's like two very like only couple second long things about how difficult he was to work with. And
Okay,
it's-
so that is
So-
a fact that they mentioned.
but it's just like I guess he did Inside the Actors Studio where James Lipton asked him once if he was difficult to work with, and you see his answer, and then you hear something else about him being difficult to work with, like in an Entertainment Tonight video or something. But that's it. Nobody ever says a bad thing about him that they interview.
You're saying Val Kilmer released his own propaganda film.
Yes, but it was very well done, and It was cool seeing his home movies of the things, of behind the scenes of the movies he did. So like very early on, you see him hanging out with the guys from Top Gun. And
because he brought a camcorder to set of like every movie he made, right? Like he's been filming
everything.
Shit for his whole life.
Correct.
It was like a Richard Linklater documentary.
So it covers his whole career and stuff, and even his childhood. And he does have a really sad story, and it was very well done. It just was, like I said, very propaganda-y.
Because he's so fucked up now, he can like barely talk, right? Because of the cancer.
He has to plug a hole in a trach to talk.
Is it gross? Point. Is it gross when he does that?
I mean, it's not gross, but it's.
You're not gonna go to his house and play video games, right, Kevin?
Yeah. He, like Val Kilmer plugs his throat, and he's like, "Hey, you want to come over and play GoldenEye?"
Like, good on him. He's doing personal appearances and stuff, and interacting with people, and not letting it really.
And here Kevin is shitting all over him.
I lost my voice because I ate too much pussy.
Wait, was he a smoker? Is that why? Is that how he got like throat cancer?
I would assume. It doesn't even really say how he got it.
Michael Douglas blamed his on eating pussy.
Well, do we know? Yeah, I take him at his word, Kevin. Man, I don't know how you get throat cancer. That's why I'm asking questions here.
That's how you get it.
What I'm confused about, and I thought maybe someone was reviewing this documentary, and that's where I got it from. But I thought Val Kilmer was supposed to be like a really nice guy. Is that wrong? Is that untrue? I don't know anything about Val Kilmer.
I mean, according to this, he was a very nice guy.
Right.
Do you have reason to believe otherwise? And you're saying that they didn't discuss enough of that?
I feel like there's always been talk that he's a little bit of a prima donna.
See, I never heard that. That's
because he went to Juilliard. He went, he was a stage trained actor.
Ooh, I got a question for you. Did they show any footage from the set of Willow? Mad Mardigan, you are
Willow
great.
Was only mentioned because he married the female bad guy.
Well, the bad witch?
No, the soldier.
The guy?
No, stop. Hold on.
Did he marry Willow? Did he marry Warwick Davis? That would be fucked up if there was footage of him like kicking Willow in the ass.
He married Sorsha.
Okay. I actually have Willow on Blu-ray, and I really want to rewatch it.
What the fuck is... Oh, I have IMDb up. I don't know what Willow is.
So it mentioned
bastard.
that, he shat all over being Batman.
Yeah. Joanna Whaley.
Yeah, Joanna Woodley. And then they had 2 kids together and then got a messy divorce. But now they're good.
Huh.
But yeah, that's who he married. And that's how Willow was mentioned.
That's a bummer. I would have liked to have seen...
Not the cancer.
Behind the set stuff.
The cancer's not the bummer. The bummer is that Kevin couldn't see behind the set stuff for Willow.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about a Val Kilmer documentary and he filmed himself on a bunch of movie sets, that might be the one I'm interested in the most.
I mean, he's in Top Gun. Is it just you think he's like driving in a car and he passes by? He doesn't, or do you think he has any like speaking roles? Probably not, right?
What are you talking about?
So Top Gun, the movies they really focus on are Top Gun.
He's in the new one.
Batman. And The Island of Dr. Moreau. Those are the 3.
What about MacGruber?
No,
nothing of him
Batman, The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah, but you also mentioned that Willow was mentioned, so...
Yeah, they mention it, but they don't go into detail about any movies except Top Gun.
What about Tombstone?
Oh, yep, they did go. Sorry, they did go into depth about Tombstone.
Oh, where'd your snide tone go with Jeff there, Shuddy?
Because he was right.
A stupid question. Yeah, you asked a stupid fucking question. That's why.
And then after the Island of Dr. Moreau, they kind of breezed through how he was still working and trying to make a resurgence, and then got the throat cancer as he was doing the Mark Twain thing, which he sold all of his land in New Mexico, the thousands of acres he owned in New Mexico, to self-finance.
Ooh, yikes. That's kind of sad. I mean, I still want to see him like getting into character as Dieter von Kuntz.
So like they show like a montage of all the movies he did in the later years. So MacGruber, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and then a bunch of other stuff I've never heard of.
Do you think his biggest role is The Doors?
Oh, they also talked about The Doors a lot.
Jesus Christ!
I was going to bring that up too, but I didn't want to play that card again. Like, oh, what about?
Listen,
The Doors?
I'm not doing this from notes. I'm just trying to winging this from memory.
Just been jeffed, fucking pussy.
For the record, I've seen half of The Doors. I didn't really like it that much.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either, and it has like mixed reviews, I believe, because it is an Oliver Stone movie. But
he said part of the problem that caused a lot of problems in his relationship with his wife. That movie,
The Doors.
Yes.
Why?
Because he was method acting.
Oh, no.
So he was always Jim Morrison.
Oh, God. Yeah, I could see how that would be annoying to deal with.
And he actually got that role because he was he would hear of a movie that was being cast and would send in unsolicited audition tapes.
So was that like his first big role?
No, Top Gun was his first big role.
You
weird.
son of a bitch. Who's Iceman?
Yeah, I know he was in Plane School. I just didn't know which came first.
Plane
Guy's got
School
cancer. Why
came
don't you have
first.
some fucking respect?
Because, yeah, The Doors was 1991. But he really didn't have... He did Top Gun, did a couple of TV movies, Willow, and then Kill Me Again, and then The Doors. But there was 2 years between Kill Me Again and The Doors. So he was trying to get roles by sending in audition tapes. And that's how he got that, by pretending to be Jim Morrison.
95, he's got Heat and Batman Forever. He went down in my head as the worst Batman ever. And I kind of hold a grudge for that. And I kind of always thought that Val Kilmer, for the most part, sucked.
Well, he said that he was just going through the motions in that movie, that he wasn't having fun and he was just doing what they told him to do and had no interest in broadening the character at all.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's fucking Batman, dude. Do you want to be a fucking movie star or not?
So how many Val Kilmer dicks are you sucking?
3.5.
All right.
Man, I think we talked about that far too much from like giving it 3.5 dicks. Feels like the conversation was more fun than the documentary.
And I also watched a new Hulu movie.
Hulu?
Called Vacation Friends.
Vacation Friends. I'm going to look
Who's
that
in
up.
that?
Starring John Cena and Lil Rel.
All right. I like both of them.
It was the first night I had tried the RSO, so I was on the moon. And I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I don't even know if that's a real movie, but
John Cena is fucking hysterical and actually carries the movie. So it's a little predictable for sure. Even with how high I was, I could tell what was going to happen next. But very funny. John Cena and Lil Rel are better in this movie than Kevin Hart and The Rock were in Central Intelligence.
Wow. Some people could be offended by comments like that. I'll let that one slide.
Yeah, you sure you don't want to trade that off and weigh in on the abortion thing?
No. if we were a little bit bigger as a podcast, that kind of statement might carry weight, and that could be a wrestling match. As a matter of fact, that could be an MSPH wrestling
Listen,
match.
I'm not saying that either one of them is better overall than either The Rock or Kevin Hart. The chemistry was a lot better, and John Cena was absolutely fucking hysterical.
John Cena is the man.
Like it was surprisingly good. The boys and I put it on with no expectation, but it was very funny.
Yeah, he was really good in Suicide Squad that you hated, Jeff.
I didn't hate Jeff.
Yeah, I thought he had some funny lines, and as much of the Suicide Squad as I saw.
I mean, I thought he was super funny in Cock Blockers, when he butt chugs a beer by shoving a funnel up his ass.
I haven't seen other than The Marine, his first movie. I have seen no other John Cena movies.
You never saw Cock Blockers?
Or Trainwreck, or Fighting with Family, or whatever it's called.
He's going to be like a White Rock. That guy's going to be around forever. John Cena's good. I was saying a while ago, I think, on this podcast that wrestling superstars are like the best performers, especially live performers, and some of the best entertainers in the world.
I mean, I'm a huge Batista fan. I think Batista kicks ass.
Like the amount of charisma you need to have to go in there and rock a fucking sold out Madison Square Garden. You know what I mean? Like if you see some of the close up shots of The Rock walking out to his music, it's gotta be so nerve wracking. I mean, not for these guys. That's the point of it. But
speaking of Batista,
oh yeah, what's he up to?
He is in the second season of the Apple Plus Jason Momoa show, C.
Oh, yeah.
And it is so fun watching him and Jason Momoa play blind people.
Why, are they always stepping on rakes and stuff?
No, they're they're good fighter. I really enjoy the show. And I was happy to see Batista in it.
Oh, how many John Cena dicks are you sucking?
For Vacation Friends, 4.
Wow.
Yeah, you kind of like that movie, huh?
I thought it was really fun. I thought it was a lot of fun to watch.
All right, I'm going to throw that on my Letterboxd D watch list.
Yeah, I mean, it's over the top. It's very silly. It ends on a very cheesy note.
I have a feeling this is one I'm going to have to watch without Rant.
But from pretty much the jump, the jokes all land. I don't remember one joke that I didn't laugh at. Again, take that with a grain of salt because I was medicated.
All right, Shuddy. Well, I'm going to watch this. But if I give it anything less than 4 dicks, you're going to have to do another bong rip through your piss, but this time pooping it.
No. Nope.
Stiff punishment.
Yeah, I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that bet.
Okay, what
you always have to take it too far. Always go that one step that if you would just not go, it might be negotiable.
What if we knew...
I mean, you should double dog dare him.
What if we knew we were going to triple our Patreon subscribers, and all you would have to do is take one bong rip out of a bong that had your own piss and one of your own turds in it?
If it would triple our Patreon subscribers, it would at least be discussed. At the very least, there would be some discussion. I'd have to figure out how things would work on my end, that it would not lead to me being alone.
Man, I mean, even though, if you get dumped because you did a bong rip out of your own piss in a turd. It's one of the funniest stories ever. So we are currently at
I don't know how that's a funny
615.
story if if that would happen, and then I'd have to start dating again, and they'd be like, "So what happened with the last one?"
I mean, I know you would be bummed out for a
while. I did a
bong
rip that out of a bong filled with my pee and poop, and she said that was it for her.
You
like,
just know we
5
we
years
gotta say is that my career got in the way.
Perfect phrasing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Isn't that the best way to put that?
yeah. I mean, we are currently at 615 Patreon subscribers. Poominati, I know we got enough people listening to this. If we get up to 1,845 Patreon subscribers, Shuddy boy just might piss in a bong and then take a shit in it, and then do a bong rip out of it.
No.
I don't think he has
Maybe,
to shit into it as much as he has to get shit into it.
It was definitely.
Oh, that's weird now that you're actually pooping into the bong, not just picking up a turd with your hands and dropping it in.
Well,
Kevin,
who would
that's a
pick it
deal
up with
breaker.
their hand?
Huh?
What kind of animal would pick it up with their hand?
What, are you going to scoop it up with a fork and knife or something?
Tongs.
Why don't you just
Yeah.
poop in the bong?
Kevin doesn't have tongs.
Then you do less dishes.
Yeah, but then you have to clean it to put your mouth on the.
Yeah,
Man,
you would.
the theater of the mind I'm getting from this is fucking great. Just Shuddy
For
Boy
instance,
This
hunts
has
might have
down.
gone
to
off
get-
the rails.
Or if
We might
Shuddy
have to
Boy
get-
like slips while he's pooping in the bong, loses his balance and falls, and the bong goes up his ass.
Now you're talking him out of it, Kevin.
No, that was just a silly joke.
That wouldn't happen.
No, come on.
How
I don't
did
know.
we
Just
get
putting it
here?
out there into the universe.
I am completely lost.
Uh-oh.
Little high.
Yeah, this has
Not as
gone
high
off
as-
the rails.
So, Kevin, do you have anything else to review?
No. You guys didn't watch the Bob Ross thing at all?
No, I watched nothing of note.
What
just
else
baseball.
did I watch?
Baseball. Pff.
Yeah,
No wonder
dude,
you.
sorry.
No wonder you call
Lame.
it spooky season.
Yeah, I'm a basic bitch with
Yep.
my programming. It's really just sports. I did go to the coffee shop, the Vietnamese coffee shop, Saturday for some college football, boobies, and then followed that with some fried chicken.
No
That
goat
was-
sighting.
No goat sighting.
Have
She's
you
still
asked
gone.
anybody about her?
Hey, where's the
No.
goat?
I don't even really know her name. I think her
Do you guys know where that hot
Her-
Asian chick went?
waitress or her waitress name was Angel, but I don't think that was her real name.
Well,
Maybe it was.
I'm sure if you asked that where she went using her
Well, at this
shop
point, it's,
name, they would know, unless there's been 3 angels since then.
I mean, there very well could be, and it's been a year and a half, I think, since last time I saw her. So,
So you don't.
She's
There's
gone
nobody
forever.
there that you recognize from the last time she was there that you could ask.
not even no.
So maybe the new crop just have cycled out anybody that would have known her.
Yeah, her whole graduation class has went on to bigger and better things. They've all retired from the game. It's a bummer. I'm gonna miss them all, or I'm gonna miss the goat, of course. But I mean, otherwise, fucking Vietnamese coffee shop kicked ass like always. I enjoyed myself.
You guys want to
Kevin.
wrap things up with
say, Kevin,
some
Voicemails,
stiff man.
yay!
what?
I was gonna say you stiffed me on hanging out on my birthday. Don't think I haven't forgotten, you piece of shit.
I know. I was so fucking tired. I fell asleep on the couch.
What?
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
have plans?
At 7:30.
Did you have plans with him?
I fell
Jeff?
asleep. I fell asleep before 7:30, and then
No, I
woke
didn't
up
have
after.
plans with him.
Okay, so I mean, it's really shitty of him to do that to you, but it
Yeah,
it would
he's
have
a bad
been like
friend regardless.
how you would even be sitting here right now doing this if you had plans and he just slept through them.
Look, I noticed that Shuddy Boy didn't come to your birthday or mine, Jeff.
Shuddy, that's terrible. But I'll let you slide on it. Fuck it.
There's 3,000 miles between us.
That's a good point. Kevin,
No,
what's
it's a
your
bad
excuse,
point.
you bitch?
That's about as good as me falling asleep on the couch.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Air travel's pretty cheap nowadays.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not the one that was on your side of the country and couldn't make time to see you.
Yeah,
even for
that's you, Kevin.
for a quick lunch.
Yeah, Jeff, it's your fault that Shuddy Boy was on the wrong side of the country.
No, I'm talking about you.
I'm talking about you.
Shuddy's got
But why are you blaming
obligations that
Jeff?
bring him.
No, I'm blaming you.
Wait a second, what's happening right now? He's playing some Jedi mind tricks on us high guys.
Yeah,
Kevin, you piece of shit. Leave Shuddy out of this. You're the one who didn't show up to my birthday, all right? Goddamn cocksucker. Let's do the fucking emails. Or was it the voicemail?
It's voicemail.
Voicemails, yay!
Yeah, voicemails.
All right.
I talked over the drop last time.
Where did we leave off here? Oh, I'm pretty sure it's this one.
Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Farts.
Fuck is up? Art's in the house, just saying hi. Well, I have more to say than hi. I'm fresh out of quarantine. Daddy's COVID-free.
Daddy.
Did a little 10-day stint in the old house arrest. I may or may not have contracted the variant COVID, the same one that Jeff got at a gentleman's establishment of the highest caliber. But that's neither here nor there. What I'm calling about is Suicide Squad, because I got out of quarantine and I went straight to the fucking movie theater. And wow, did our boy James Gunn fucking knock this one out of the park. It's really fucking good. It's way funnier than the first one. It's way gorier than the first one. It overall, I feel like, embodies what I feel like a Suicide Squad movie should have embodied. I don't hate the first one, but this one was fucking really good. Harley's way less annoying. I liked when they tied her up in the ropes and it really accentuated her little titties. That was pretty fucking cool. What else did I like? Did I say I liked the violence? Yeah, the gore and the violence was fucking on point. It was very, very enjoyable. John Cena was easily my favorite part of the whole movie. Peacemaker. Really looking forward to his HBO spinoff. I think it's a prequel? No, I don't know. After credit scene. Anyways, it's really good. It's got to be 4.5, maybe 4.75.
Holy shit.
I guess I was just happy to be back in the theater. That seems high. 4.75 seems high. Is there something in between 4.5 and 4.75? Can I is there a micro dick I can do?
Nope.
I've already watched it again. I will watch it anytime it's on or anytime I get bored. It's really enjoyable. So it's co-signed with Art. Pairs really well. Sound like Jeff. Pairs really well with marijuana. But yeah, just want to say,
Agreed.
Smoke weed, and go to the movie theater and see Harley Quinn's little titties. Bye-bye, love you.
Yeah, I guess it's worth pointing out that voicemail is a month old.
Right. Margot Robbie didn't get nude, though, did she?
No.
She only
Nope.
does that for Leo and Scorsese.
Yeah.
I get that logic.
Yeah. All right, here's another human.
Mad Scientist Party Hour. What is going on? Board call out here. Just listening to Kevin's Kona experience. It's cracking me up because I was born in Kona, Hawaii. And, yeah, Shuddy Boy. Oh, man. The big island is Kona. Not Oahu, by the way. Anyways, yeah, I tried to message Kevin while he was there. He's fucking big timing. I remember when he had 1,000 followers, and which was last year, maybe even 2 years ago, and now he's got several thousand followers, and he just fucking big times me. Doesn't answer no messages, nothing. But hope you.
I mean,
He big times us too. It's
Yeah,
par
he
for the
didn't
course with Kevin.
Yeah, buddy, he didn't come to my birthday party. All right, so
I
He
went
didn't
to
make
this
time
guy's,
to
though.
see me when he was on the East Coast.
yeah,
We get big time too, so
get
it's
in
fine.
line, buddy.
Yeah.
Hear ya.
I mean, he must not listen to every show because I don't check my DMs.
Right, and you probably fell asleep on the couch when he DM'd you.
I'm pretty sure I did. I was really tired that day.
I was napping.
A great trip. Brings me back to home. I miss the islands. I live on the west side, the dry side, which is Kona, and the other side is Hilo, Hoa, and Puna. Anyways, I hope you got a nice taste of the island vibes, and it's fucking hilarious for sweating and all that weed in there, man. Usually I just check it on my bag and I have no worries.
Oh, he's talking about the weed.
98, where you can just walk through in your pocket. But, anyways, Kevin, you fucking pussy, quit big timing me. Answer my messages on fucking Instagram. All right, boys, keep up the good work. Peace.
All right.
I think that voicemail went well. I don't think you're gonna stop big timing him. That's my prediction.
No, my streak of not reading my
DMs
is going to continue. What?
I was gonna say you have to unilaterally not respond to DMs, which
I don't.
seems like the approach that you've taken.
Because there's like 3 different folders of inboxes on Instagram as well, and like I guess there's one where when you follow somebody, you get a notification if they DM you. So like I see Jeff's DMs. Jeff DMs me stuff. But if I don't follow somebody, it goes into some other folder and you don't even get a notification, and it's just...
Yeah, then it's requests.
Oh, shit. Is that what that is? I think I've seen that too. I hate social media, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Expect to get big timed by me. But I big time my mom too on Instagram sometimes.
All right, I think we got time for one more.
Mad Scientist Party Hour. Dave from Canada. Just phoned to say big fan. Jumped over when Kevin got skidded from Sirius. Felt compelled to phone in. Just listened to episode 521. For some reason, at about 105 in the episode, Jeff mumbles something when Kevin cuts him off about fucking his mom. I think you should check it out, Kevin, and find that drop. Anyways, big fan, guys. Keep it up. Bye.
You said something about fucking your mom?
You said something about you fucking my mom. I said something about me fucking your mom.
I think you said something about you fucking your own mom.
That would be the worst outcome of everything that all the options. I think that's the one that I don't want. I hope those arrangement of words did not come out of my mouth, because I can tell you that feeling isn't there. So, jeez, you
don't have an Oedipus complex.
Let's not revisit that one. No, I don't fuck Greek mythology. The lamest fucking subject in school.
You took Greek mythology in school?
Didn't we all have to take, like, didn't they teach Greek mythology in social studies? One of those, I don't know, one of the
Yeah, they
years?
did. Yeah,
for sure, right?
I don't know if
Kevin,
they did that in Bing Bong
they didn't
school.
They didn't teach Greek mythology in Bing
No,
Bong
we
school?
got classes on like Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny.
Well, it would have been earlier than that. I think it was,
heard of them.
Elementary and middle school. Because high school was more focused social studies, like geography and world cultures.
Yeah, I didn't get that. We got
government.
What is and is not a fork? What shapes are, and how to tie your shoes 101, which I failed.
Colors.
Failed that.
And everything you need to know.
Failed it.
Yeah, being colorblind in a colors class is not conducive.
No.
You really had me think there for a second. Like, wait a second. Did I learn Greek mythology in high school? And I remembered as I said that you're not the guy to ask.
Why are your dogs so pissed off, Shuddy?
I have no idea.
Is it He-Man Wednesday? Are you expecting more deliveries?
It's 8 p.m. The mail came in a long time ago, and there were no packages.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're recording late. Yeah, we got to wrap this up and get this episode posted.
Maybe there's a jogger.
That's typically what it is, somebody walking by.
All right, well, that's your show for this week. But if you're a Patreon member, the party continues. We're going to do a whole other show after this. It's going to go up on our Patreon, Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. You should totally sign up. We got another episode of Crafter Jeff Shuddy Edition coming tomorrow. There's, if you're on the higher tier, a whole bunch of new stuff just went up, and a whole bunch of stuff that's going to go up. So check it out, and let's get those subscriber numbers up so Shuddy Boy will piss and poop in a bong.
Yeah, we just need 3x.
And then think about it. Like, Shuddy, there's no way...
I said there'd be a discussion, not that it was definitely happening. Let's not...
We're just getting in the room, Kevin.
Sharon's not gonna leave you over it. Like, you're gonna be such a baller at that point with all those Patreon subscribers. You'll be like, look, you want to cut this money or not? This is what I got to do to pay the bills. That's what keeps the Bentley fueled up.
Let's not sell it as a done deal.
I'll talk to her. I'll smooth this over. It'll be cool.
Jeff will FaceTime her and eat one of his own turds, so by comparison, your stunt will seem way less extreme.
That's not how that works. God, you're a fucking idiot. Whatever. Let's just get onto the Patreon.
And, yeah, send us your emails, madscientistpartyhour@gmail.com. Let us know if you got any deep-cut horror movies you'd like to suggest. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/madscientistpartyhour. Got the full episodes up there, except minus the Easter egg. And subscribe and leave us a review on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, or anything that lets you do all that crap.
Yeah, Apple Podcasts. There hasn't been a review since July 16th.
Ooh.
Give us a review,
that
please.
Stings. And
does Spotify even do reviews?
I don't know.
I always forget we're on Spotify. Let's see.
And if you want a cameo of me doing a skit of Shuddy Boy and Jeff having gay sex, I'm available for cameos.
Yeah. Fucking cameo.com/Kevin Kraft sucks.
Is that what it is? I don't even know.
It's your I don't know.
Just
Cameo.
search
tag.
Kevin Kraft on Cameo. I'll show up.
Also, there's nothing after episode 475 on Spotify.
What? Son of a bitch.
You tinkering with the goddamn settings, Kevin, you bitch boy.
That's like a year's worth of shows not on Spotify. I don't tinker with it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll take a
September
look.
2020 is the last one that's on Spotify.
Fucking shit. All right, I'll take a look at it. God damn it.
Fucking pussies.
Fucking stupid.
Seems like we all forgot it was on Spotify since none of us have obviously checked it in the last year.
I told you I don't read the comments.
Yeah, Jeff's too big time for comments. I'll at least read those.
At least I respond to DMs.
No, you don't. You didn't even know there was a secret folder.
Yeah, I was kidding. I just wanted to say I was hoping you were going to move past it.
You guys got anything else?
I don't have anything to plug.
Go Birds.
You listen to my Bet Slipping podcast. It's a football season, so every week I'll be giving my takes, handicaps, and best bets for the NFL season. Check that out.
Yeah, there you go.
Sportsbookwire.usatoday.com or on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Just look up Bet Slippin' No G podcast.
And you can also follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Jeffra Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. And I guess that'll about do it, friends. But until next time,
Do something!